Hello students, today I am going to do GCE O-Level Examination Mathematics 1000 Short Question Series, Paper 36. So we covered 35 papers with 25 questions. So this is also similar to that. You get 1 hour. So that means you can spend 2 minutes for each question and the last 10 minutes you can check your answers. So the spaces are provided and you can give answers in the space here. And each question worth 2 marks. So these all questions are related to your O-level syllabus. So make sure that you do all 1000 questions. So we'll take question paper 36. So in the first page you get questions 1 to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and page 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and page 3, 13 to 17, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and last page 18 to 25, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. So let's do question number 1. Write the mixed number 6 4 over 5 as a decimal. So we'll take the fraction 4 over 5 as a decimal. So how you do that? You can use long division. 4 over 5. 4 divided by 5. For 4 nothing. For 40 that's 8. But you have to keep the decimal point. So 0.8. So 6 and 0.8 you can write 6.8. So that's the decimal value. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 2. Bookseller marked the price for all dictionaries with a profit of 12%. Find the marked price of a dictionary when the price of a dictionary is 2,400. So this is the previous value. So the marked price is with a profit of 12%. If you buy for 100, you can sell it for 112. So if this is 2,400 rupees, you can multiply by 112 over 100. So that's the marked price. So 2 zeros get cancelled out. 24 times 112. 112 into 24. 20 and 4. You can multiply by 2 and 4. And add it, you get 2,688 rupees. That's the marked price with a profit of 12%. So 2 marks for that, 1 mark for the method and 1 mark for the final answer. Question number 3. Bank A gives 10% annual compound interest. Bank B, 12% annual simple interest. Following information is given by 2 banks. In which bank depositing rupees 20,000 for 2 years is more suitable? So you need to get more interest. We'll find out separately. We'll take Bank A. So it's compound interest 10%. So that means 20,000 rupees is the depositing amount into. After 1 year with 10% annual compound interest, 110 over 100. This is for 1 year. To get 2 years, you have to multiply by this again. So what's the value? 2 zeros get cancelled out with these 2 zeros here. So you can multiply by 2 first. 2 times 110, you get 220 times 110. So that means you can put 2 zeros and get 11 times 2. 11 times 2, 22, 2 remaining. 11 times 2, 22 plus 2, 24. So this is the amount getting after 2 years. Then let's take bank B. That's simple interest. How you find out the values? 20,000 is the depositing amount and 12% for 1 year. For 2 years, you need to multiply by 2. So 2 zeros get cancelled out. 2 times 12, 24 times 200. So put 2 zeros and multiply by 2. 2 times 4, 8. 2 times 2, 4. And this is 20,000. So this is the interest getting. So what's the total amount getting? 20,000 plus 4,800. So that means 24,800 rupees. Which one is more? 24,200 here, 24,800. So that means bank B gets more interest. So you can say 24,800 is greater than 24,200. So bank B is suitable because you get more interest. So without finding the total amount, you can find out 10% value and then add it. But for the second year, you have to take the total amount for the interest. So any method is okay as long as you find out which value is more. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 4. Find factors. So what's the method? You multiply the coefficient of x squared with the constant term. So you get minus 60x squared. Minus means you need to check out the difference between two factors. How you get 60? 12 times 5. The difference is 7. But minus 7. So the bigger number should be minus. So 12 minus x and plus 5x. So we'll split the middle term to minus 12x and plus 5x. Take first 2 separately and last 2 separately. So you can take 2x out, 5x minus 6 and plus 1 you can take it, 5x minus 6. Now we can see 5x minus 6 is common. Take it out and the remaining one, 2x plus 1, you write like this. What's the short method? Short method is trial and error. You can draw a cross, find out factors of 6 here and factors of 10x squared here. So that's trial and error. So we have to check with different values. We'll put 5 and 2x, 5 times 2, 10. Now see, you have to only see factors of minus 6. 3 and 2, 3 and minus 2, minus 3 with plus 2. So we have to check. So we'll put 3 and 2 here and see whether we get factors. Now 5 times 2, 10, 10 and 6. It's not working. So that means 3 and 2 not okay. So we can check with other factors. So we'll take 6 and 1. When you take 6 and 1, this is 6 times 2, 12 and 5. That works because 7 is the difference. So which one is negative? You need to put one value negative, so the bigger one. 6 times 2, 12. So this value should be negative. So if this is negative, then we write down the factors this way. So 5x minus 6, 2x plus 1 is the other factor. So you can do using cross method as well. But if it's paper 2, you have to use step by step. But if it's paper 1, part A, short questions, you can try out the easy method. Question number 5, simplify. So you have to first factorize the denominator. So 1 over x minus 2 minus 1 over. What are the factors of x squared minus x minus 2? So we'll use the cross method for this. X squared, you get x and x. 2, that's 2 and 1. So to get minus 1, the bigger number should be minus 2. Minus 2 and plus 1. You get minus 1. So how you write down the factors? This way. X minus 2, x plus 1. So that's how you factorize. Then we can see what's the lowest common multiple. X minus 2 and x plus 1. So the factors are these. So that means you have to multiply this by x plus 1 minus, both factors are there, so just put 1. So 1 and minus 1 get cancelled out. You get x over x minus 2, x plus 1. So you get 2 marks for this. 1 mark for the method and 1 mark for the final answer. Question number 6. Make C as the subject of the formula. A equals B minus C over 1 plus BC. Here, both in the numerator and the denominator, you get C. So that means you have to take all C terms to one side. So first we'll multiply, cross multiply. This is like 1 here. Cross multiply. A with 1 plus BC and 1 with B minus C. Now expand brackets. A plus ABC is equal to B minus C. Now take all C terms to one side. Minus C, when you take it to this side, that's plus C. B minus A there. So here take C out. AB plus 1. This is B minus A. So what's C? B minus A over AB plus 1. So that's the C as the subject of the formula. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 7. What is the minimum square number that satisfies the inequality? X minus 3 over 3 greater than or equal to x minus 2 over 4. So we can cross multiply first. So multiply this by 4 and this by 3. So 4 times x minus 3 is equal to, not equal, greater than or equal to 3 into x minus 2. Now expand brackets. 4x minus 12 is greater than 3x minus 6. Now take all x terms to one side. So this is a smaller one. So smaller one, we'll take it to this side and this number to the other side. 4x minus 3x is greater than or equal to minus 12 when you take it to the other side. That's plus 12. 12 minus 6 is 6. That's x. X greater than or equal to 6. So, minimum square number. So, above 6, what's the other square number? 1, 4, 9. So, 9 is the minimum square number. So, minimum square number is 9. So, you get 2 marks for that. Question number 8. What is the A value that satisfies AB equals A? We did a similar question before. You're getting same thing. When you multiply any matrix with the identity matrix, you get the same matrix. So, if this happens, so B should be an identity matrix. What is identity matrix means? The leading diagonal terms should be equal to 1. So, we can say that A equals 1. But we'll show that. So, AB 3, 4, 2, 1. B is A 0, 0, A. That's equal to A means 3, 4, 2, 1. Now multiply these two. You can multiply because 2 times 2 and 2 times 2, you get same number of columns in the first one as the number of rows in the second one. So multiply first row with first column. 3A, you get this one. 3 times 0, 0, 4 times A, 4A. And here 2 times 8, 2A, plus 0, 2A. 2 times 0, 0, 1 times A, 1A. So you get this one is equal to 3, 4, 2, 1. What can you say when you compare the corresponding elements? 3A should be equal to 3. So A becomes 1. Any element you can compare. So you get A equals 1. That means B should be the identity matrix. So then only you get the same matrix. So remember that. 2 marks for that. Question number 9. You have given row number and the pattern and the sum. Observe the number pattern above and write down which row gives the sum of 512. So we need to check out where we get 512. So we'll try to observe the pattern. The sum is 1. If the row is 2, sum is 8. So what's the sum? First we have to add and see. 11 plus 9, 20 and 27. Here 10, 20, 30, 40, 49, 56, then 61 and 64. What are these? Can you figure out the pattern? 1, you can write 1 to the power 3. 8 in terms of 2, 2 to the power 3. 3 with 27, 3 to the power 3. And 64, you can write as 4 to the power 3. So what's the pattern? You get same as the row number, but power is 3. So if this is 512, so how can you write 512? We can check with dividing by factors. Divide by 2. Divide by 2 again. 2. So how many 2's? So you get 8 and 8 again. Another 3. 4, 2, 1. So we need power 3. So we'll take 3 terms. 1, 2 and these 3. So 2 times 2 times 2, 8. 8 times 3. 8 to the power 3. So what should be the sum 512? This should be in the 8th row. So you can answer, this is 8th row. You don't need to write down the numbers, just the row number is enough. So that's the answer. So 2 marks for that. Question number 10. Point h, 3h plus 3 is on the line. Y equals 2x plus 8. Find the value of h. So on the line means it satisfies the equation. So that means when x equals h, y is 3h plus 3. So we'll substitute. Y equals 2x plus 8. Y becomes 3h plus 3. 2 times h plus 8. Take h terms to one side. When you take 2h to this side, h, 3h minus 2h. Then take 3 to this side, 8 minus 3. So that's 5. H equals 5. So 2 marks for that. Question number 11. Find the coordinates of the points that intersect the parabola y equals x minus 3 squared plus 2 and y-axis. So y-axis means what's the x value? X becomes 0. So we can plug x equals 0 and find the y value. So when x equals 0, what's the y value? 0 minus 3 squared plus 2. So this means minus 3 squared. That's plus 9 plus 2, 11. So the coordinates of the points becomes 0, 11. The y value is 11. 2 marks. Question number 12. Following distance time graph shows movement of an object. Find the average speed of the whole journey. So how do you find out the average speed? The total distance traveled divided by the total time of traveling. So here you can't take this part. That's not traveling. So here same distance. So what we do? So how you can find out the total distance? Here 60 meters and here to here again 60. So altogether 120 meters are there. So we'll find out the average speed. Average speed is equal to total distance traveled divided by total time of traveling. So here 120 meters altogether. How many minutes are there? This is seconds. S means seconds. How many seconds? Here 6 seconds. And we can't take this part. And here again 4 seconds. So 6 and 4, 10 seconds. Within 10 seconds, 120 meters. So simplify and you get the average speed. That's 12 meters per second. So that's the answer. So you get 2 marks. Question number 13. Following figure shows a square with side length 7 centimeters and 2 sectors. Find the area of A minus B. So here we know that these are 90 degrees because this is a square. So that means this is a quarter of a sector. This way also quarter of a sector. We'll put letters and see. We'll put X and Y here. So we know that the total area of the square is 7 times 7. So how can we write down? We can write an equation. X plus y plus b plus a is 7 times 7. That's the area of the square. So 49. What else we can write? We can write another equation. So can you see, when you add a and y, you get the quarter of the sector. Or a plus x also, same thing. So you can write down the other equation. A plus x is equal to a plus y. Or same area, because the radius is 7. So that's the other equation. A plus x is equal to a plus y. What can you see from this? When you subtract a from that, you get x value and y value both are equal. That's the other one. Now we need a minus b. So what's the other thing we can find out? When you subtract, think about this one. If this is a plus x is the sector area, when you subtract from the whole square, you get b and y. So that's another equation. So what's the area of the sector? We'll find out the area of the sector. Area of the sector is 1/4 pi r squared. Pi we can take 22/7. R is 7. So what you get? 7 and 7. 2 times here 11. 11 times 7. 77 divided by 2. That's 1. If you add twice, what you get? A plus x plus a plus y is double of that. So when you get a fraction there, we can do double of that. So we can write a plus x plus a plus y is double of this. So that's 77. When you multiply by 2, 2 get cancelled out. Now what you get here? You get 2a plus x plus y equals 77. Now look at carefully this and this. When you subtract, you get a minus b. You don't even need this middle equation, x equals y. We'll see. Subtract 2 minus 1. 2a plus x plus y minus this part, x plus y plus b plus a. That's equal to 77 minus 49. So what you get? Here x and x get cancelled out, y also get cancelled out. 2a minus a, you get a, and minus b. So straight away you get a minus b. So what's a minus b? 77 minus 49. So you get 8 and 2. So 28 is the answer. So a minus b is 28. So you get 2 marks here. So when you get something like this, you have to write down several equations and see how we can find out a minus b. Question number 14. Sum of 11 consecutive whole numbers is 187. Find the sum of next 10 positive whole numbers. So consecutive means next to each other. So the difference is always 1. So the difference is 1. Common difference is 1. And we need to find out the first term. We know there are 11 terms. That's n is 11. how can we find out the first term? We can use some formula for arithmetic progression because it's with common difference. So we'll apply Sn equals n over 2 2a plus n minus 1d. That's the formula. So the sum is 187 and n. 11 terms are there. 11 over 2. We don't know the first term. So 2a plus n is 11. So 11 minus 1, 10. And d is 1. From this we can find out the first term. So how we find out? So you can cross multiply with 2, or you can take 2 out from these two, and you can write a plus 5. 187. So here 2 get cancelled out. Now simplify 11. You can divide by 11 now. So a plus 5 is equal to 187 divided by 11. So what's the value? 11 times 1 is 11, and for 77 that's 7. So what's A? A means 17 minus 5. A equals 17 minus 5, that's 12. So that means first term is 12. Now we need to find out what's the sum of next 10 positive whole numbers. So sum of 11 consecutive whole numbers is this one. So next 10 positive whole numbers. So what's the starting value now? With 12. So how many numbers are there? 11 numbers. So what's the last number? Last number 12, 13 like this. So the last number you add 10. So that means 32. Just check. 32 minus 12 you get 10. 20. Not 32. Just 11 numbers. Add 10 to that, you get 22. So 22 minus 12 and add 1 when you want to find out how many numbers are there. So you can either count because just 11, 12, 13, 14 like that. Now this is the last number, but next positive numbers means what's the starting value for the next 10 numbers? Starting value is 23. 24 like that. What's the last number? Last number, either you can find it by adding 9 or we can use the other formula to find out the sum. So now we know sum of 10 positive integers. So we can find out S10. We know n is 10. First term 23 now. N minus 1 means 10 minus 1, 9. D. D is 1. So using this formula, you can find out the sum of 10 terms. Next 10 terms. So we'll simplify. 2 times 5 here. And this one, 2 times 23, 46 plus 9. 5 times 9 plus 6, 15 and 1. 55 times 5. 275. So that's the sum of next consecutive 10 numbers. 275. So 2 marks for that. Question number 15. Bearing of A from C is 250. That means when you measure the angle from north clockwise and clockwise, that's 250. So this is 250. So we need to find the bearing of C from A. So that means this angle from north clockwise direction. We can find out this angle. How you find out this angle? 360 minus 215. So you get 145 here. These are two parallel lines. North direction means two parallel lines. The sum of allied angles add up to 180. So easily you can find out this angle by 180 minus 145. So 35 degrees. So how can we write down the bearing? Bearing always with 3 digits. 035 is the 35 degrees, but this is how you write down bearings. So 2 marks for finding that. Question number 16. Following pie chart shows about cultivation of farmers in a village. If 30 farmers grow vegetables, this one 30. How many farmers grow fruits? We need to find out for 130 degrees. So here, this is given 90 degrees. So we can find out the angle for vegetables. So how you find out? We can add all 3 angles, 130, 80 and 90. 300 degrees. So that means the remaining part, that means 360 minus 300, that's 60 degrees. This is 60 degrees. So 60 degrees means 30. We want to find out for 130 degrees. So 30 divided by 60 into 130. So 0 get cancelled out. 3 times 2. 130 divided by 2. 6 and 5. So 65 farmers grow fruits. So that's the answer. So 2 marks for that. Question number 17. Following histogram shows how students scored for a mathematics test in a class. How many students are there in this class? So this is number of students and here marks. Can you see the lines? Here this bar. We can see the histogram is like this. So we can count separately. This part 10. This part 15. This is also 15 and here 5. Add all together. 15 and 15, 30, 40 and 5, 45. 45 students are there in this class. Draw the frequency polygon from the given histogram. So how you draw the frequency polygon? You can mark the midpoints. Midpoints of each bar. Equal width should be there. Then you mark the previous bar as well, here to here. Next bar as well. Now connect with the ruler all these midpoints. And then connect this also to these 2 points to create the polygon. So this is the frequency polygon. So you get 1 mark for each part. 1 here and 1 mark for the frequency polygon. Question number 18. You are asked to show information on Venn diagram. What are the information? NA equals 20. So that means the full circle is 20. NB 35. So this circle is 35. And intersection, number of elements in A intersection B is 15. That means middle part. The common area is 15. And the whole thing in epsilon means the universal set, that's 70. Now we can find out these regions. This is 20, 15, 20 minus 15, this is 5. 35 minus 15, 20 here. Now what's outside? We can check, this is 35 plus 5, 40. But 70 is all together. 70 minus 40, you get 30 outside. Again check now whether all these add up to 70. 30 plus 20, 50, 50 and 20, 70. So these are the values for each region. So you have to mark all these values to get full marks. So you get 2 marks for everything. So 2 marks for this question. Question number 19. 1, 3, 9, 27. In this geometric progression, which term is 729? So that means you are asked to find out n value. What's the first term? First term is 1. What's the ratio? Common ratio you can find out using any term divided by the previous. So that's 3. So which term is 729? You can use nth term formula for geometric progression. So what's that? 8r to the power n minus 1. So the nth term is 729. First term is 1. Ratio is 3. N minus 1. So that means you need to find out what's the power of 3 for 729. So we'll divide and see. Divide by 3. You get this. Divide by 3 again. 81. 27. Divide by 3. 9. And 3 again. How many 3's are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can write 729 as 3 to the power 6. So 3 to the power 6 is equal to 3 to the power n minus 1. Same base. This is an equation, so you can equate the powers. So you can write 6 is equal to n minus 1. So take minus 1 to the other side. So n becomes 7. N is equal to 6 plus 1. That's 7. So that means 7th term of the geometric progression is 729. So you get 2 marks for this as well. Question number 20. Find the mean of the data set given. So how you find out the mean? Take the total and divide by number of terms. So how can we find out sum? Is there a pattern? Sometimes you can see a pattern. Add and see the first and the last, whether you get the same thing. 13 plus 27. You get 40. 14 and 26. 40. So that means you can see how many 40s are there. So we write down and see, this is 40. This is also 40. 15 and 25, that's also 40. This is also 40. How many 40s are there? So it's easy to add like that. 40 times 1, 2, 3, 4. So find the mean is total divided by number of terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 terms are there. So you divide by 9. So to get the total, you can see 40 times 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and extra 20 is there. So add 20. What's the value? 40 times 4 is 160 plus 20 divided by 9. 180 divided by 9. You get 20 as the average value, mean value. So 2 marks for that. Question number 21. If LG2 is 0.3010, find the value of LG25. So you have to write 25 in terms of 2. How can we write down? We can't write 5 squared. So that means we have to take log 25 and write in terms of LG2. So how can we write 25? We'll write like, you can't write 5 squared because then you need LG5. So we can write LG 100 divided by 4. Then what you do? Laws of logarithms. LG 100 minus LG 4. So LG is what? Log 10 base. Log 10 base, we write LG. Now, we can write this is LG 10 square. And what about this one? 4 you can write 2 squared. Now see, we can write in terms of LG2. Now we can take 2 here. So what is LG 10? That's 1. And with this one, you get 2. This one, when you take 2 down, 2 times LG2. Now we can substitute. LG2 is 0.3010. First multiply by 2 and subtract from 2. You get 206. Subtract now. 2 minus 0.00602. 0. Now we'll subtract. Here you get 0, 8, and this is 1, 9. So here this is 9 and 1 remaining here. 9 minus 6, 3. So this is 1 remaining. So 1.398. So the answer is 1.398. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 22. By taking root 2 is 1.41, find the value of x. So this is a right angle triangle. Use Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse squared is sum of square terms for the other two sides. 36 and 36. You get 72. So how can you write 72? We can write 36 and 2. When you divide by 2, you get 36. So 2 times 36. Because 36 is a square number. Now when you take square root both sides, you get root 2 here. 36 root is 6. So 6 into root 2, 6 root 2. Now we can multiply by root 2 value. So 6 times 1.41. What you get? 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 4, 24. And 6 times 1, 6 plus 2, 8. So you need to keep 2 decimal places. So 8.46. So 2 marks for this. So these are short questions. So within 2 minutes you have to give answers. So try to use short methods in these questions. Question number 23. Tan theta is 3 or 4. Find cos theta. So you need to know the basic ratios. SOHCAHTOA. So what can you remember? SOHCAHTOA means 3 ratios. Sine, cosine and tan. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cos is adjacent over hypotenuse and tan is opposite over adjacent. So this is given opposite over adjacent. So this is the angle. What's the opposite to this one? This side. So that's 3. Adjacent is 4. So whereas adjacent to this angle is this one. So that's 4. Now we can find out the hypotenuse. This is a right angle triangle. So what's this side? We'll put h or something. So h squared is 3 squared plus 4 squared. So you get 9 plus 16, that's 25. And when you take the square root of 25, you get 5. So this side is 5. So hypotenuse is 5. So what's the cost ratio? Cost ratio is adjacent over hypotenuse. So that means 4 over 5. So using tan ratio, you can write down cos or sine, any ratio using the triangle. So 2 marks for that. Question number 24. Which point can be center of circumcircle of ABC triangle from points P, Q, R? So can you remember, if the triangle is acute angle triangle, the center of the circumcircle is inside the triangle. If the triangle is right angle triangle, we get the center of the circumcircle on the hypotenuse, midpoint of this. So that's the center. What about when the triangle is obtuse angle triangle? When it's obtuse triangle, the center is outside. So the center is outside the triangle. So here you get something like this. So the center is outside. So now look at this triangle. This is an obtuse angle triangle. One angle is more than 90 degrees. So that means definitely the center should be outside the triangle. So the point P is the center here. So you get 2 marks for identifying the center. Question number 25. Center of the circle is O. Find POR. Where's POR? You need to find out this angle. How we find out that angle? Look at carefully and see. We need to draw a small construction. Without construction, you can't do. So we'll continue this line. We'll continue this line. Now can you see? The 2 lines are parallel. This line and this line parallel. Now we need to draw another construction. So we'll connect this line as well. Now can we see? Now we can give a try here. OR and OQ radii, both are equal. If this is 40 degrees, this is 40. Then we found out that angle. Now think about this angle then. 40 and 40, 80. 180 minus 80, that's 100 degrees. So this angle is 100 degrees. Now look at this one. OP also equal. OQ and OP both are equal because radii. If this is 20, this is 20. Isosceles triangle. Now can you see? When you take PR as the arc, so this angle is the angle subtended on the circumference. And what about this angle? We need that POR. That's the angle subtended at the center. So this angle is double of this angle. This is 40 plus 20. That's 60. 60 times 2 is POR. So straight away you can write down first one. POR angle is 2 times 60 degrees. So what's the angle? 120 degrees. Then what's the next one? SPO. SPO. We need this angle. Now we found out this is 120 and we know these two lines are parallel. If this is 120, what is this angle? 180 minus 120 because of allied angles add up to 180. So we can straight away find out this angle by 180 minus 120. So what's the angle? 60 degrees. SPO angle is equal to 180 minus 120, 60 degrees. So you get 2 marks, 1 mark here and 1 mark for this. So this is the last question in this paper. So first try out all 25 questions and then watch my video to check your answers.